Nelson working on Sherman.
Yeah, the weird thing was Richard Sherman was all over that route. He almost broke before Nelson did and just stumbled a bit. It's the famous dancer Drew Stanton.
Yeah, we saw him in Seattle last year when Ellington ran for a game-winning touchdown with that fabled dance. And now you line up on a 1st and goal from the 5. Give it to Johnson. All he has to do is hold on to the ball, and he's going to hold on all the way, I think, to the end zone. But they're going to say he's out just before he gets to the goal line. Knocked the pylon off its mooring. 2nd down and goal.
Earl Thomas came out of nowhere to push him out of bounds. Boy, that's interesting because he does extend that ball.
And now they come right up to the line, and they give it to Johnson, and he cannot get in. Bobby Wagner stops him at the half-yard line. One more look. You can't challenge it. Everything is reviewable in New York if they want to stop it. But they didn't. And now, do you bring in the field? I think you bring them in here. I mean, what are you doing at this point?
You assume that was close. I think once that foot hit the pylon, though. But you know, you just kind of got to look at Bruce Arians. Yeah. You know he's watching this with half his eyes closed here, and
well, that's why he has a new snapper. The play clock is to 0, so that's going to cost him 5 for a delay.
12 men on the field in formation with the snap imminent.
Top one of those guards need to reach up with their hands and make some contact with him.
24-yard attempt. Oh, he hits the upright. It's no good. How in the world?
Hands and make some contact with him.
24-yard attempt. Oh, he hits the upright. It's no good.
Hands and make hands.
3rd down and 4. The clock is going to stop at 2 minutes right there. So you got a 2-minute overtime warning. Not sure all the players necessarily knew what Seattle would have a timeout. Arizona does not. Go back to the Wagner play again and the missed field goal.
Well, by the time Watford reached his arm up, that was Watford initiating the contact, so he did not hit the center, did not land on the center.
Sherman,
no foul.
Sherman laid out, couldn't get to it. 3rd and 4. Interesting play call here. Incomplete pass leaves Arizona a lot of time after a punt. Wilson down the left sideline, and that's caught by Curse, covered by Marcus Cooper on a 3rd and 4. Gutsy call.
Because they brought all the pressure. Watch all this stuff coming in here, and this offensive line all night long has been tough. Perfectly picked up that time. You get the one-on-one on the outside against Cooper. Speaking of a guy who makes some big plays in this place, Jermaine Kearse has made a few too.
31-yard gain. Michael. And he is going to get them very close to field goal range before he is taken out of bounds. Clock stop, 1:47. Gain of 6.
This is a Pete Carroll kind of football.
Goal attempt if they don't gain another yard.
Russell Wilson was telling us that sometimes he goes over to the sideline in the toughest of moments, and he and Pete Carroll look at each other and go, I love this. I love being in this situation. Can you believe we get to do this? How much fun is this? And here they are again.
Not a lot of fun right now on the Arizona bench. It's 3rd down and 3. At the 36. Clock running down to a minute left in overtime. And Wilson fires it to the outside, and Baldwin stays in bounds, and Baldwin takes the ball inside the 10. broke away from Ty Matthew. And now you got a first and goal, and of course, Hauschka figures to be coming in at any moment.
Matthew, no question, one of the better slot guys, has been struggling with that knee injury. Clearly not himself just yet. Oh, boy.
First and goal. Catanzaro. Opening night. Disaster. Not his fault that night. Bad snap. Through the middle goes Kristen Michael. This would be about as bad a loss as a team could suffer if you're Arizona.
To have your defense play the way they've played tonight.
And to be in a chance to get a half game out instead of 2.5 out and losing head-to-head. And also, before you hit the upright there, you had that 5-yard delay of game penalty. So now Hauschka comes in to try to win the game. 28-yard attempt. John Ryan to hold.
Oh.
And he misses it. That's impossible.
Oh, my God.
That is impossible.
I'm telling you, there's something inside his brain about this building.
Woo!
Oh, my goodness gracious.
That could not have happened.
You know what? Maybe this is justice for all concerned.
Oh, man. I guess if a game deserves to wind up in a tie, this is the one. Ryan puts it down. Hauschka just pulls it.
I'm just telling you, and we've watched this, Al. Every kick that Hauschka has made tonight, he has gone up and fooled around with the turf and felt uncomfortable. I don't know if he stuck his foot in the ground. That first field goal barely cleared. He kind of chunked that one a little bit. And maybe the happiest guy in the building right now, Chandler Catanzaro. Oh, my goodness.
And Larry Fitzgerald watching. Peterson watching. Ball at the 20-yard line. So do you settle for the tie, or do you air one out here and hope for a pass interference penalty that would extend the game? You got 3 receivers and a bunch to the right.
Just be careful you don't get one picked off and have nothing but offensive linemen back there to try and make a tackle.
Or do you run the Stanford play here? Here's Fitzgerald. He gets out of bounds, and there's 2 seconds left on the clock. So you run a 5-second play, and you got one more opportunity. Defensive foul would extend the game, even though there'd be no time.
You know, just be careful with a guy like Larry Fitzgerald going down the field. He can make it look like a pass interference when it's not a pass interference, and a little acting on his part here. Don't be stunned.
Be a gutsy call by any official to call pass interference here.
Well,
but who knows? Who knows? There's your all-time prevent defense. 3-man rush. Palmer running away. He's going to air one out all the way downfield. Jump ball incomplete. A bomb and incomplete. Fitzgerald, the intended man in the end zone, and that's the way it will end. 2 chip shot field goal attempts that could have won the game.
Enjoy Sky Sports Live on all screens, on the go, and the best bit.